Hello everyone, AP is here. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. So it is of March and let's discuss Bitcoin price action. But before we do so, general disclaimer, this video is not meant to be taken as a financial advice, only for your educational and entertainment purposes. That being said, I hope all of you will educate themselves on how to read charts, become independent in your financial and especially trading decision making, as it's the only path towards your success as the trader. Now, here is an important disclaimer for the content of this video. This is not going to follow the formulaic approach that I have for my Bitcoin price reports, price action reports that I had prior to this moment. And the reason for that is I had a little bit of a stress on going on today. And whenever I have that in my life, I try to wind down by feeding my charting addiction, and you're going to be a live witness to precisely that. Now, my zero price analysis is going to come on the 1st of April, and now it's not going to be an April Fool's joke. The reason for that is we'll have a weekly and a monthly close on that Sunday, so much more data to center around. Now, you know my general bias is that we're going down. Down we go. And I have stated multiple times that there is pretty much no support here until 5.8, 5.9 region, and then until 4.2 to 3000 USD region here. This 3000 line is the last support and resistance of significant scale, and I don't think that will go lower than that. And the 4.2k is a Fibonacci line pretty much since the genesis. Now you can see that I have it at 400. Let me change it. So coordinates 0. Well, let's make it 100. So here. And yeah, so somewhere around 4.2k in this price action window in here. So a few things to consider in here. I have seen everybody talking about how Bitcoin is behaving the same as it has done before. Now, I don't see any technical argument for that reason besides someone's bullish bias. The reason here is this is the basic charting technique of trend lines that everybody should be familiar with, and the basic premise is that as long as a trend line is not being violated, the asset that you are trading or the ticker that you are trading has the same behavior as before. Now, are you trying to tell me is that since we have violated 3 of these trend lines, have tried to retest them, got rejected, tried to retest, got rejected, tried to retest, got rejected, is that BTC is on the same price track as before? No. Every single momentum price trend line that we had before has been violated in here. And this blue one is the one that I have drawn since 6k bottom. Now, the reason is you couldn't have really drawn it before. It wouldn't be much of a significant trend line, as it wouldn't have 3 touches going on as others have. And we don't have any significant momentum trend line, as I like to call them, since 2015. So the last one is here, and here is it, 2000 ranging from the August of 2015 up until now, and I believe that we'll find some sort of a bottom at this 3k line now and convergence of this trend line. So what is important to understand here is that BTC is not having the same bullish behavior in any shape or form technically and fundamentally as well, because there is literally no new money coming in since 20k here. Like, we don't have the same behavior. There is absolutely no bullish bias or spins that you can give around to make a meaningful argument for that. Now, what is important to also distinguish here is the fact that we haven't really tested this trend line ever since 1k here, so it fits into the relevancy of this line and the fact that we might retest it in the near future. And so basically what you should get away from this particular excerpt of the price analysis, if you have a trend line and if it's being supported, it's telling you that the asset that you're trading is moving the same behavior. If it's violated, you have to reshape your scenario. Now let's go into a different chart, which is a Bitstamp chart, and I have different indicators here. So on balance volume is a forgotten indicator, and I don't understand why. This is a grandpa and basically the foundation part for all of the momentum indicators, so like RSI and all that stuff. And basically what it's trying to tell you is volume flow, how many weak hands can be shaken out of the asset. So we have this hard support on the daily at this number right here, which I really don't want to pronounce, I guess. And the reason is I will be buying BTC despite the price action when we'll be interacting with this price support level here, because it has been so significant for so long. It will be pretty much a crime against technical analysis not to try to get a bite somewhere around this region. Now, one more point that I have raised prior has been the weekly RSI, which would also serve my purpose of being an indicator despite price action. And here is something interesting. So I have my weekly RSI support here at 44, and right now we're really testing it. So I don't think that we'll be able to go through this support line here on our first attempt, and basically the Elliott Fibonacci price projection is giving us some sort of a bottom at 6.8k for now, so I don't think it will go lower than that without any sort of a bounce coming in. And the last time that the price action has been in this region has been here, and after the Mountain Gox, after mass, is it Mountain Gox? I think it's just empty Gox. Well, it doesn't really matter. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the last time that we had a significant accumulation zone, the RSI for BTC has been around 44 to 26 RSI, and if BTC is going to fall below 35, I will start to initiate positions despite what price action is going to tell me. Well, despite what this price action is going to tell me is a little bit of a too strong of a phrase, but I will certainly be giving it a considerable thought to start initiating some of the positions at this level here. So let's recap. Below 35 on balance volume, go into daily on Beanstep, find this peak, draw yourself a line. When we'll be near it, have your eyes on BTC, so put yourself an alert somewhere close here, and you'll be doing good. Now, where is my Bitfinex? Bitfinex here. So daily. A few things to discuss here. So I have heard somebody say that it was important to predict 20k top, as this has been a classic breakout play. So we have this rise and wedge here, and you can see that 1.618 extension here, or 2.618, I think this is a minus, has been almost hit here. So it hasn't been particularly difficult if you're a breakout player to project that price top. And right now it's resembling the very, I would say, expected behavior when we have breaking out this rise and wedge and then we start to roll over. So let's go into lower time frame. Has this cross occurred yet? Nope. Probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow the desk cross is going to come. Let's see, maybe somebody will give any significance towards I have on balance volume. Yes, I do. What about you Bollinger Bands people? So yeah, seems like on the daily and the 4-hour chart we have significantly fallen out through the low here, so I still don't think that we will have some sort of a bounce here, as I've said, at 6.8k level. Let's see, we have some sort of a divergence on the lower time frame. 1 hour, nope. 15 minutes, maybe. What about volume? Significant volume. What about 4-hour chart? very significant volume coming here. So let's go into lower time frame, try to make sense of all of this. Now, what has been particularly interesting is that this daily level of 7.7k has acted as support prior, has been violated in a very, I would say, no remorse approach. So what else do we have here? Let's go into daily. So I don't have any significant horizontal price levels until 5.9k here. The only case that you might build here for the exhaustion of this price movement that is not what I was looking for, is here at 1 hour time frame, and it's just trying to say that this has been a 1-2, this has been ABC, and we will have some sort of a extension of a move at 2.618 here. We'll see. So ETH is looking particularly interesting right now. If I will see some sort of a bounce back on BTC, I will certainly be considering to have some position open in Ethereum. And you can see this volume here has been nothing short of just capitulation, pure pain, and we have this very strong horizontal level here. So if BTC will bounce even in the short term, I expect a little bit of a gain from this short term play. Now let's go to Bitfinex once again, and let's try to employ our friend Elliot. Now, this has been something that I have been warning about people for a long time. So 18th of March, and then the 28th coming to 30s. The fact that CME futures are being cash settled on this particular day, and you can see that on the 18th, let me find 18th here, so daily, 18th, here. So we had our low on the 18th, our magical bounce back has secured us from printing a lower low on the weekly, and also what's important to understand here is the 28th here, the sell-off happened, so pretty much very accurate from the time standpoint. Now we're talking about being accurate from the time standpoint here. I have talked about this multiple times. Here. So these Fibonacci time zones are very important. Basically, they're used to gauge volatility intra period for many risk managers, and you can see that every intersection with the Fibonacci time zone here has pretty much given us a sharp sell-off. Now, as explained in my previous video, I had some sort of hope for number 8 to be a lucky one and to try to mingle by breaking logarithmic downtrend line and then fading backwards to basically trick people into bull trap. But honestly, this little ending diagonal rising wedge sort of proved enough. Now here, the next number 13, which I hope is going to be a lucky one, is happening on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of April, somewhere in that region, and I expect the bloodbath to be over in that period. Now a few more things that I would like to talk about. You can also see how clearly they have detailed and timestamped every single one of the Kobayashi price drops. So learn this technique, it's very important. Let's go into lower time frame. This has been my problem with every single bullish Elliott wave count since this V bottom here, is the fact that we only had a bullish wave in the third one, which says that it's most likely going to be correction. And the main trend is to the upside, is to the downside here, so the correction is up to upside. And this clearly denotes that people have just too much of a bullish bias if they believe this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a few ways to put spin on this to make it an ABC. or to make it wxy as I have it for an x, or you could also have it as an abc, and this is a 1 going into 2 here. Could this be the case? Well, this would be 1, then this would be 3, this would be 4, and this would be a 5, in which case we would have 3 as a shortest wave. Doesn't make much sense, so I'm sticking to my ABC count. Now here is a problem with the X waves that I have touched upon in my previous video and said that it's a high risk play to try to target 9.5k here, and the reason has been that this is the second time during the X wave which the highly probability Fibonacci zone is not being tested. I'm going to higher time frame to explain this to you. So first time we have tested 0.5 here and we got rejected. Now what did I expect in the next move? I expected us to test 0.5 Fibonacci here at 12.9k. Why did I expect it? Because it would be a high liquidity zone which has been very forceful before, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see it better. That every time that we have interacted with the zone of 2.7k to 12.9k, 12.7k to 12.9k, we had seen forceful rejections to both sides, to support and as a resistance here. Did it hit it? Nope. Has it been an X wave? Yes. So do we have some sort of a familiar behavior here when we didn't hit the 0.5 here? Certainly. So how should you have played it? Well, if you go into a weekly, here's an interesting case. So we had an inverted bullish hammer here, which many people have cried to be a bullish reversal sign, and we also had it as an inside candle, price range and volume wise as well. Now you can see here that inverted bullish hammer often spikes some sort of a reversal. Hasn't been significant in this case, and on the first day of the next week, of the next period, you have the low this candle violated, it's your signal to short. So if you have been risky, you would have shorted at 8.4k here, and if you'd be more cautious, you would short at 8.1k here, which both would be very good plays, not even in hindsight, but from the traditional trading perspective. Now 1 hour here. So what's happening with the BTC here? So had my 5 around 6.8 as I have talked before. Let's try to make an Elliott wave count from this. So this is an X, and we are starting new A, B, C. It has to be a 1, 2. There has to be some sort of a 3, 4. Let's go for a 5. Now, due to the volumes that is going in here, this has to be a wave 3 in some shape or form, and probably it's just an overextended wave 5, which BTC has shown prior to have during capitulation phases. So maybe we will even reach 3.618, which is 6,738, close to 6,800 levels as I have talked before. Now, the reason why I'm not giving you a tight price range, and I'm not keeping myself accountable for being 100% off, $100 off or $100 off in either way, is because it really doesn't matter. At this point of time, you should be using every single surge of liquidity towards the long side to feed into your shorts. And has that cross happened? On daily now? No, it didn't. I remember talking about it, so my memory is lapsing. So yeah, so what do I expect? I expect us to finish this leg somewhere around 6.7 probably, and then I expect some sort of a bounce back. Maybe let's consider, so 7,500 levels before we get rejected again. Certainly as a result of like liquidity in this region prior to this case, and basically be very calm, short at every resistance if you see a bearish divergence happening, and only long when you have a bullish divergence on 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, and 15 minutes coming in. I have pretty much talked about everything that I wanted to touch upon, not going to give it an Elliott wave analysis in this particular video, so hopefully this was enough of a update for you. I know that no trading setups, and I have been meandering in my talk without giving much of significant levels, more of a approach towards understanding the price action. But for those who want to learn, I think I have given enough, and see you on the Sunday if you care for the price action analysis. Good luck, everybody.